Good morning, brothers and sisters, and happy Sunday to you. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. The theme we are going to develop this morning is entitled God of Restoration. God of Restoration. God is Almighty, the first and the last, the one that opens and one can close, the one that closes and one can open. Restoration is a repair, a reset. Life is not a long-calm river for every child of God, and when our situation stagnates, persists, despite our fasts and prayers, and it even happens that despite our efforts, that on the contrary, we see our investment dissipate like smoke. We see failures multiply. We have the impression that nothing is moving, or that the glory of God knows how to definitely move away from our life, except that God respects His calendar. A work of unfathomable greatness is working behind the scene to bring us from devastation to multiplication, from slavery to royalty. And in His diary, our restoration has been marked in God letters. We all know the story of Joseph in the Bible. Sold, enslaved, abandoned, forgotten, Joseph will later become one of the most powerful and famous men of his time. Restoration is a catch-up aimed at regeneration of what has been destroyed by the evil one, of what has been turned away by the enemy. It is the channel by excellence used by the Almighty in order to grant us a new start, in order to open good doors, to restore our lives, in order to erase the wounds of our past, in order to bless and illuminate the face of His children, the face of this childless family, to make the face of this orphan shine. The restoration is a God-given gift. It's the proof that God remembers us when everything is empty, dry or arid, when the disease becomes incurable, when the pain persists and resists. The medicine besides, when everything seems to be useless, then the presence of God arises. That is restoration. It is palpable. Psalm 34 verse 19 declares, misfortune often reaches the just, but the Almighty God always delivers him from it. Restoration is an action by which God restores us, by which God puts us back in activity, by which God puts us back in running in vigor. Restoration is an action from the Lord. He gives us a second wind. It repositions us. It renews and strengthens our faith, our intelligence. It is a sign of victory, a message that we have truly touched the hearts of God by our prayers, by our obedience to His word, and that our repentance came from sincere lips. The restoration sufficiently demonstrates that our cries have reached the ears of God, and that the latter has decided to stop the storms that agitate our lives. The restoration opens a new cycle in our lives. Brothers and sisters, when unemployment becomes our shadow, when divorce knocks at the door, only divine restoration brings us back to the shore to joy. Only divine restoration grants us a new flight, rejuvenates us to be like an eagle. We all have a past and experiences that are not glorifying, that we cannot be proud of, with several scars of life, inner wounds, indelible scars, which marks and sticks to our skin, disappointment, failures that perfume the existence of children of God, whom we are. And only God can restore our life, restore our hearts, bruised and broken by human beings. Hence the importance of the power of restoration. The good news this morning is that our God is a God of restoration. From the Old Testament to the New Testament, the restoration of God is manifest with His children. And the scripture declares in Malachi 3, verse 16, for I am the Lord, I change not, and you children of Jacob, you have not been consumed. Restoration is the perfect will of God. It gives us a smile and joy of living. It contributes to our elevation, because when we work hard, and at some point we find that the fruit of our work is divorced. Every time we take on a project, every time we try to save money, there is nothing left for us. But the rehabilitation of God always stands. It's our last means. Restoration is a process by which God answers our prayers and brings us back to a favorable, better condition for a blessing. Psalm 23 verse 3 declares, He restores my soul, He leads me in the path of righteousness because of His name. The Almighty through restoration enables us to catch up with time. But for this restoration to be manifest in our life, we must turn away from the life of sin. We must have a pure heart. To do this, we must remain honest and faithful to God regardless of the circumstances. This is what Job did. Job is one of the characters in the Bible who suffered the most. In a short time, he lost everything, his property, health, and even his children. He was stricken with a terrible ulcer, and the situation was deteriorating day by day. However, he did not say with his lips until the trials were passed, according to God's timing, according to the account of Job 42 verse 10. Job remains firm in his integrity, and the Bible declares that the Lord restored him in his first state when he had prayed for his friends. The Almighty God granted him double all that he had possessed. Here is a clear example as evidence in the writings in the Bible in Job 42 from verse 10 to 13. We must therefore live in serenity regardless of the obstacles and situations arising before us. Because with God there is a time for everything, a time to suffer and a time to rejoice. Let us not be our own obstacles to the plan that God has prepared for us. Let us wait for God's timing in obedience and perseverance and focus on His promises, for He is the same yesterday, today, tomorrow and forever. God never changes. If the latter restored Nebuchadnezzar, while the latter was driven out from among men, eating grass like an ox, and that he lived 7 years of madness because of the elevation of his heart, as tells the Holy Scriptures in Daniel 4 verse 33. But after that, the latter was restored in the Kairos time, the favorable time. The reason was given back to him by our Almighty Father. He was again restored as king because he recognized the sovereignty of the Most High God. Brothers and sisters, the goal of God is to bring us back to His plan in order to manifest His blessing. And the Almighty would like us to be in His plan because it is in His plan that any real process of elevation, promotion can occur, that any process of elevation can take place, and above all, that we should never lose in mind that God hears our cries, our pains, and that with God, darkness will not always win. God prepares the right timing because He loves us. The timing of God is always the right. He always prepares happy days for us. A new day will dawn in our life. We will move from darkness to light. Know that we bring about restoration of God by living a life that glorifies Him, by obeying His words, by going through repentance. Good Sunday and good start to the week. This is the team we had to develop this morning. Thank you.